Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. I went there. Another person isn't telling me. You see the picture on the screen. I took that picture. If you move to the right, you're going to see me in that picture. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. He has this man who's meant to be the Minister of Labor and Productivity, I'll rather say unproductivity, who went on TV to try to hoodwink Nigerians, telling them that the charge against Bola Tinubu was just for tax, that all he paid was tax, that it had nothing to do with drugs. That is a big lie. I have the document here. Nigerians can see it. I hope you can see it on the screen here. I have the document here. It actually says, and if you look at it, it says docket. A docket, and as I'm speaking, your viewers can go on Google and fact check me. A docket is used for a criminal pending. A criminal pending. So you don't use a docket for a civil matter. And then right on the very first paragraph on this docket, it says that this is a forfeiture action under section under 21 USC section 881. I just want to tell you, I'm with my friend here, Governor Peter Obi. We're in DC. We came in for the National Prayer Breakfast. But you see, I listened to this man. I listened to Governor Peter Obi. And, ex-Governor Peter Obi, the plans, the ideas, this man raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. He raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. Since he left office, can you believe that this man does not take anything, not even like a penny from the Anambra State government? And while he was there, he was a man that built up Anambra State. Anambra State used to be almost educationally disadvantaged. And then in less than 2 years, he brought them to be number one. He left that state with a reserve. Look, we need people like this. I'm so proud of Governor Obi. I listened to him today and, I was taught, do we have fellows like this in Nigeria? I'm very proud of this man. Look at everything that he has touched. He made money for himself in the private sector. He made money for Anambra State in government. Anambra State doesn't borrow money. Are you aware of that? These bailout funds that the current administration is giving states, Anambra State, he left enough for Anambra State.
Fellow Obidients, Reno Omokri is a distraction. And I will explain why. Have you asked yourself why Reno is doing what he's doing? Why is he on Peter Obi every day and every night? Abusing Peter Obi daily will not win the hearts of Nigerians for Tinubu. The only thing that will win the hearts of Nigerians for Tinubu is his own performance. He is already in the office. So once he performs, it is natural for Nigerians to support him. So bashing Peter Obi from morning till night will not make Nigerians to support Tinubu. Secondly, bashing Peter Obi from morning till night will not also change the minds of Peter Obi's supporters. In fact, Obidients see Reno as a very unreliable person. So Reno's continuous bashing of Peter Obi will not also change the minds of Obidients. So if insulting and lying against Peter Obi from morning till night will not win Nigerians over to Tinubu and will not also change the minds of Obidients, why are they spending money, energy, and time investing in it? The answer is simple: distraction. In any battle, especially political battle, distraction is also a tactic, and that is what the APC is using Reno to achieve. And sadly, they seem to be succeeding to some extent. As Obidients, we have two main jobs, which are, number one, to promote Peter Obi. Our job is to promote Peter Obi and make Peter Obi to be on the lips of Nigerians. Reno and APC's tactic is to distract us away from this by continuously bringing up irrelevant and baseless claims about Peter Obi, so we keep trying to defend him instead of promoting him. What this does is that we now spend our time and energy that we are supposed to use in promoting Peter Obi and now to be replying Reno in defense of Obi. Reno and APC want to put us in the defensive instead of in the offensive. Let me give you a typical example of what I am talking about. Peter Obi had a chat with Nigerians on Sunday, 29th of June 2025, with hundreds of thousands of people in attendance. Normally, Peter Obi's Twitter Space meetings would trend for days across all social media platforms. When I checked some Obidients with large followers who would normally amplify the outcomes of the Twitter Space, what was more on their handles was defense of the so-called Obi's email leaked by Reno. As some Obidients were busy with the email stuff, others were busy analyzing the podcast our brother Peter Aka had with the Honest Bunch, where he also went to reply Reno Omokri. Don't get me wrong, please. There is nothing wrong in replying Reno or debunking his lies. But you can see how that has become the conversation instead of Obi. So what Reno has done is that it now looks like there is a fight between him and Obi, and we are now defending Obi. So the conversation is shifting from making Obi trend to defending Obi against Reno Omokri. Our second job is to point the errors of Tinubu's administration. This administration has been the worst in Nigeria's history as far as I am concerned. I never thought any Nigerian president would have been as bad as Buhari, but Tinubu has proved me wrong. So part of what we should be doing is to hold this government accountable. However, part of Reno and APC's plan is to distract us from this and refocus us on irrelevant things like leaked email. Tell me how the so-called leaked email is going to help Nigerians, if not just for the purpose of distraction. So it is obvious that all they employed Reno to do is to distract us from our goal. My appeal, therefore, is that we don't allow them to dictate the conversation, because whoever dictates the conversation is winning. We should not allow ourselves to be on the defensive, because it is not also a good sign. I am not saying that we may not debunk some of their lies, but all I'm saying is that it should not be what we dwell on. Let us dictate the conversation. We should make Obi trend. Sometimes, let's ignore them and their antics. We are the ones that give them the firewood they use. If we don't respond to them, they will lose flame. Thanks so much for your time, and please let us focus on PO and the misrule of APC, not on irrelevant things. Thanks once more, and God bless you.